I'm not going to get too much into this, but I'm talking about how God sends deception and delusion to those who have chosen their own ways, have chosen to follow after self, sin, Satan. And this is out of 1 Kings chapter 22, verses 20 through 23. And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth-gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit, and stood before the Lord, and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, Thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. So this is a very interesting concept, that God is actually sending a spirit. This spirit could be an angel, because an angel is simply a spirit, I believe. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord. I'm going to look at a different translation. Yeah, that says spirit. Could be an angel. Yeah, it could be an angel. But either way, a spirit came to God and said, I will be a lying spirit. So God sends spirits, and he tells them sometimes a spirit can be a lying spirit. This is an interesting concept. It says in Thessalonians somewhere that he will send strong delusion on those who have pleasure in unrighteousness and love not the truth. I'll find the verse for you. Second Thessalonians 2:12. He says in the King James Version, And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay? So, have you lived in such a way where you had pleasure in unrighteousness and you loved not the truth? You didn't love Christ with your whole heart? Then you might be under some delusion right now. Mainstream Christianity is the fulfillment of the prophecy of the New Testament. They said a time will come when they will have itching ears and want to hear only certain things, and they will gather to themselves teachers that will deceive them. It says that they will not be able to listen to the truth. There will be a great falling away. It says that there will be all kinds of wicked stuff going on, and this is what's happening in the mainstream churches. Alright? The mainstream churches are not obeying Jesus Christ in general. Individuals within those churches are, but in general, the mainstream churches are not teaching obedience to Christ properly. So they are under a delusion, a deception from God. And it's easy. Anybody can fall under this delusion. God sends it to them, and they're stuck. They're stuck like that until He chooses otherwise. Stir yourself to action. Stir up the gift within you. Fan the flame. Pursue after righteousness. Pursue after Christ with your whole heart, and He will deliver you from this deception. Jesus said it would be few, not many. And the churches make up many, not few. So make sure you're not following the mainstream flock. Alright? He said, little flock, it is my good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Remember? So we have to make sure that we are following Christ all the way. Alright? If we're living our own life and then just frosting the top with Christ, that's not going to work. Christ needs to be the whole cake. And maybe a little bit of our originality as the frosting on top, because He wants us to be unique, and He wants us to hold some of our character, our creative individuality, but he needs to be the main cake. Too many of us have ourselves as the main cake and a little bit of frosting of Christ on the top. This isn't satisfactory to God. Alright, I hope this will help you a little bit. It makes you think, that's for sure.